Alright, so here we have a derelict freighter. I've triggered the ECB and pulsed. It spawned the freighter and I have just landed. And if you're going to do these, you need a couple items. One, you need some good cold protection upgrade, a good S-class cold upgrade. You need to have your at least a bolt caster with maybe a couple upgrades so that you can do some damage. And of course, since you're coming in here to plunder, you're going to make sure you have good inventory space available. So here we have the intro, or the entry, and you're going to, the first one is going to be different than the second. You're going to turn on gravity, turn on internal environment controls. It's going to tell you it had some issues and go in, but everyone after that, you just open the door, collect the supplies if you want to first, and then open the door. And you'll get some supplies to help you through. So if you fail to bring something, you will get it as you come through. Now this is a fairly easy freighter, I found out. Right here you can take those little guns out easy, hide around a corner, use the the door openings and things like that as to shield you from the gun, and you can just bang away at them, no problem. This freighter does not have any of the monstrosities that pop up that run all over the place. So it's a pretty light duty freighter. And now as you go through all these little tablets, you're going to have to get these up to the point where you get security credentials for later on, and I'll show you how that's used when we get there. But you want to make sure you go through each room kind of in a logical pattern, grab all the loot, and then move on to the next room. And depending on what class of system you're in, the luck of the draw, you can get some pretty good items out of these storm crystals, hadal cores, larval cores, upgrades, a whole bunch of things like that. Now in here, all we've got is these little round, I guess, guards, and they're pretty easy to take out. But the main thing is just to make sure you get all the loot, because that's why you're coming here, basically, is to get the loot. You get storm crystals, a whole bunch of good stuff in here. And then at the end you can create an upgrade, a bulkhead, or get nanites, depending on your choice. There's all kinds of these little canisters that have sodium and oxygen, if you need that. Let's see, did this one give me the... Yes, that's got my security credentials, so we don't have to get any more of those as we go through unless you want to. Okay, on to the next door. Okay, you got some little floaty jellyfish, some more of the little robots, little floating robot. Get rid of them. One over there. And like I said, as long as you've got some good cold protection, maybe a shield upgrade, a decent bolt casters that you can do a little bit of damage, you should be fine in here. But the main thing is to make sure you don't miss any of the loot, because you never know what you're going to get. I mean, obviously it's within a range of items, but when you can get upgrades, you can get all sorts of stuff out of these. Nanites, units. Okay, now, and also now the doors. See that back in the background there's a door with a green, and over here there's a door with a red. Now the red is just a little side room that you don't really need to go in there if you don't want to, but you might as well. And you don't really have to turn on all these heaters, but I like to use them to denote places I have been. If it's on, I know I've been over in that section of the room. Well, here's a, yeah, hardly anything worth coming in here for, but at least we got the room ticked off in our progression. So come back out. And what do we got? Grab some more of the sodium and oxygen. Get all these lockers. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Oh well. Does that to you sometimes. Now, like again, this is a fairly easy freighter. It's not, a lot of them you have all the slime, the pods you hit, and the monstrosities come out, and they get you a whole bunch of slime that you can refine into nanites when you get back to your freighter. But main thing to do is to make sure you get all the lockers, all the chests and everything. You never know what you're going to get. Okay. It's over here. Okay, looks like I got... Okay, so we come over here. Get that, get this. This room's getting pretty close here. Okay, got one more row of lockers here I'm going to get. And what do we get? We got tainted metal. Tainted metal. Oh, an upgrade. Okay. Because you never know what kind of value you're going to have until you get to the end. You get it back to the space station and get back to the freighter and sell all the stuff. Okay, so we got one of those sentries over there. What else we got? Oh, there's a terminal. Like I said, the main thing is just to be logical. Hit the room in sort of a grid. Make sure you don't miss anything. Oh, some jellyfish over there. Oh, I missed those. Let's go back and get those. Okay. It's your typical, you know, what other games would call a dungeon crawl. You know, like you go to Skyrim or something and go into a dungeon. Okay, I can't get those guys yet. Just sneak around here. Those things don't really do much damage, but might as well not take any damage if you can help it. What do we got there? Units received. Okay. Okay. And yeah, this is kind of a big room. We'll go around the edges, work our way through and around. Okay, I see a side room back there. We'll go and get that. You don't really get much for getting those, but it makes it kind of fun. Okay, and this room isn't much either. One case in here. Units received. So nothing over there. Come around this way. Some of these rooms can be pretty interesting layouts. You gotta be careful you don't miss anything. Okay, I'm gonna use this doorway as a shield. Take out that guy. Okay.
Protection falling.
I guess the other thing you do need if you're coming in here is maybe some batteries. sodium and batteries to recharge your shields. Especially if you get into one that's got an extreme. This one's not extreme, but if you get one that's extreme, it can take your shields down pretty fast. The name of it is just preparation. I mean, really, any game, any situation you get into, you need to make sure you've prepared for the level you're taking, or the the quest you're about to take or something. Making sure you've got fuel in your boosters if you're going to take off on a trip, stuff like that. I mean, it works in normal life too. Okay, so we've got the first thing. We'll get the manifest on the first terminal. Come on. Okay. And you can read at your leisure. There's several different scenarios depending on which race had the terminal or had the freighter. Okay, so we will move on to the next room. Make sure we're ready with a full gun. Let's see. It's always hard to get around those ladders. Okay, so here we go. Next room. Okay, what do we got? Oh, it's a hangar bay. Okay. So we'll get a ship upgrade in here. There's jellyfish inside the ship. It can't get out. Okay, so we got an upgrade. Not much of an upgrade, but... Okay, so check the whole room out. Make sure you don't skip anything. There's some loot back there. We'll go get it. Okay. Nothing back there. Over here. Sometimes there'll be 2 or 3 ships in here. Sometimes you got 2 ships right on top of each other. Okay, more tainted metal, and away we go. Next room. Would be nice if you could walk a little faster. Well, you can walk a little faster if you boot or if you sprint. But okay. Okay, another pretty large room. Not much to look at right now. Okay, get some slime. Not much, but a little bit. That's what I like to do, is get all the slime I can get. And I can throw it in the refiner when I leave. When I'm done for the day. When I come back, it'll be converted. Okay, there's a sentinel over there. Let's get it. Sentry, I guess. Okay. Oh, there's a jellyfish over there. More slime. Little teeny bit of slime. Little teeny bit of slime. Man, this room's a pretty big room in here. A lot of nooks and crannies to search. Okay, so here we go. What's next? Okay, jellyfish over there. Whoop! You see I'm missing my gun? Jump in and out of inventory, and that fixed it. You don't want to, if that happens, you want to make sure you get that gun back. You get that third-person view back. Because it can crash the game. But if you catch it early, you're good. Sometimes you have to change, go to first-person view and back to third-person. Use the X menu and swap guns back and forth. But that usually will take care of it. If just going into inventory doesn't take care of it, then you can, try swapping guns, going into first person, back into third person view. A lot of people will only do these freighters in first-person view because it eliminates all that. I mean, I started doing third-person when I started creating these videos because it looks better for the video. And that's since I went to third-person. I play the game in third-person now. I used to always be first-person, and I would swear by first-person, but that's just one of them things. Once you try something, you get used to it, and that's just the way you like to play. I always do first-person in the in ships, though. I don't know why, but anyway, yeah, there's nothing in here. Little teeny bit of slime. One or two each. Shit, ain't nothing. So anyway, okay, and we're getting low on our shields. You don't want to recharge your shields too early because you waste a battery. Because the battery will fill up. It'll fill up your whatever you're missing, and then go a full. I'll show you. Here we go. So you filled up everything. It's going to put everything back at 100%. So if you are only 50%, you're only going to get a 50% increase. If you're 80%, you'll get an 80% increase out of the one battery. So you want to, you want to be conservative on that. Let it get down there to, 10-20% before you recharge. Okay, so the second terminal now, you use your credentials, log in, and you can get the captain's log. And if you don't have the credentials, you either need to search this room really good or go back. Only one time out of 7,000 hours have I ever done one of these where the credentials were in a room after this and I had to come back. Just one out of maybe hundreds. So if you don't have the credentials by the time you get here, you might backtrack and try to figure out where you missed one of those tablets. So this is the final room, I believe. Yep, it's the final room. That's the third terminal. So just basically run around the outside edge of this room, gather the loot, and we are going to get the terminal, and we're done. Okay. Tainted metal. Units. I don't know what that was. Okay, so turn on the teleport, and we'll do the final stage of the terminal, and then we'll step on the teleport, and we will be off. That's like I said, it's a pretty easy freighter here. I actually prefer the ones that you get tons of slime in, where you shoot the monstrosities. That's a good way to get nanites, and they usually have some pretty good loot in them as well. Anyway, that's that. We'll buzz back to the ship. We'll go to the space station, sell the manifest and the log for tainted metal, and then zip back over to the freighter, put whatever we want to put in storage, sell whatever we want to sell, and we'll be ready for the next step in our adventure. Hope you've had hope this was helpful for you, and if you would, leave a like and share, and we will talk at you on the next adventure. Thank you for watching.